everyone, welcome back to Erudemy Learning. Last video we learned about events. You will find the link of that video in the description box down below. Today we are going to be learning about arrays. So let's go. What is an array? Let us take a moment to think about how we would do this using individual variables, storing each item individually. So we would write to do 1 is equal to learning to skateboard, to do 2 is equal to visiting Tokyo, to do 3 is equal to standing on the equator, to do 4 is equal to skydiving, and to do 5 is equal to travel to. An array is a special kind of variable which can hold more than one value at a time. Basically what it means is that instead of having to create 5 variables, we can use to do, the array, to store all 5 items. The way we can store multiple values is by using something called index. For example, to do square brackets 1, to do square brackets 2, to do square brackets 3, and so on. We can store all the value. It is like if to do were a cabinet and each number represented a different small drawer in the cabinet where you can put something. Those numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are called indices for the array. You can now store all these items in your list in a single array named to do. Now let us combine this with the while loops that we learned about in the while loop video. So the number of items in your list depends on the user input. Here's an example that reads what you input to create your to-do list. First, make a new variable called input. Give it the value text window dot read. Now make another variable index. Give it the value 1. While text dot get length input is larger than 0, to do index is equal to input. Index is equal to index plus 1 and while. Did you see how index plus 1 increments the index up to the next number each time the loop runs? Then the user enters the new text to store that index. What if you want the 10 item in your list? You can save it in a variable, then display it like this. If you want to clear an item for an array, you can simply assign some default value to that index.